Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff here, and today is part 8 of building the Lion Knight's Castle, which is Lego set 10305. We've got quite a bit done here. We are all the way on bag 24, so 1 through 23 left. We've got bags 24, 25, and 26, and we are done. So, regardless of how long it takes, which I don't think it'll take much more than an hour, we are going to get it done today because I've got to move on to other stuff. And speaking of moving on, the old set of dad jokes are done. So I searched the internet high and low, and I have in my hot little hands, hot off the press, some more dad jokes. So let's start off with the first one. Not the best one, the first one. What did the evil chicken lay? And the answer is deviled eggs. All right. Don't worry, there's more where that came from. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and let's split this thing apart. So that, well, let me show you 360. And let me split it apart because I don't need this other part at all right now. So let me do this, and I'll set it as far as I can. It won't quite be off camera, but there you go. And let's get it going. So for those of you who watch my channel religiously, you'll know that I was gone for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and that's because I went to go visit my in-laws. My mother-in-law is not doing very well health-wise, so wanted to go see her and help out where I could. And I don't want to get into too much detail, but all I can say is the prognosis is not that great. And hello, Shauna, how you doing? How's your morning going? So the prognosis is not good, so I'm kind of there to say goodbyes, if you know what I mean. So, and other family members were there as well. I got to see my granddaughters. Lots and lots of fun. Did somebody say Mayo? They sure did, Mayo. How you doing, man? And I looked at some more of your comments, and I replied to a few of them this morning. I've only been up for about 40 minutes, so I really didn't get a whole lot of that done, but I will look at your comments, and I will get back to you on Instagram there. And we got this warrior here together. And I think this set has 22. Has a total of 22 minifigures, so quite a bit actually. All right, and then the horse, well, it's a horse of course, but it's really easy to put together. And I feel like we have to do another dad joke, and that is, how many telemarketers does it take to change a light bulb? It only takes one, but he has to do it while you're peacefully eating your dinner. And yeah, that really helps. I just dropped the head, and oh, there it is. You know that saying, heads will roll? Well, when it comes to Legos, that's always true. If you drop them, heads will roll, indeed. And if you guys wouldn't mind, hit the like button, but only do it if you're being sincere and you like it. If you don't, that's okay. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, the visit with the grandkids. I stopped there. So, yeah, I was in Cincinnati area, and we went to I think it was called Memorial Park or Veterans Park. I can't remember which one, but we went to this park, and you know, it's just cute to see how kids are so innocent and how they will make friends with other kids like instantaneously, no problems. Of course, as we get older, we realize we have to vet the people in our lives to make sure that they're not crazy. So yeah, it's a little more complicated as an adult. But anyway, as a kid, it's okay. I hate this right here. You know what? I'm sitting here trying to do this right. And I'm trying to do this live stream, and this thing pops up, and it says, register your device. I've had this laptop for over a year, and I already have registered it. Thank you very much. But anyway, Mayo, if you ever want some company when going live, you know what? We need to get together on Instagram and plan that, because if I don't have anybody that I know of coming online, I don't turn on my StreamYard. I just go through OBS. And I don't think you can do it from OBS. I think you got to do the other thing first. So Yeah, let's plan that. That way, wait a minute. Oh shoot. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, let's plan that, Mayo. That way we can go ahead and do something together, because I would like to. You got a really neat channel, and I really wish, last night when I was watching your live stream, I really wish that I had my Paradisa sets out. I believe I have all of them. They're not put together because of the move, but I would have loved to grab them and put them together. I mean, are you going to be doing? It's all month though, right? So if you're doing it all month, does that mean you're going to continue to do it? Oh shoot, I didn't do that right. I put it on the wrong side. Let me fix that. So if you're going to do another Paradisa live stream, let me know. I will see if I can dig up mine, and I'd be happy to put them together on your stream. I mean, they're just sitting, and eventually I want to put everything together, so it's good with me. All right, time for another joke, and that is, oh my gosh, this one's bad. Okay, warning, this is a groaner. And by the way, I don't read these ahead of time, guys. So when I look at the paper, this is the first time I'm seeing it. How many narcissists does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1. The narcissist holds the light bulb, and the rest of the world revolves around them. So that's a groaner, I know. It's also kind of funny. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, the part of the trip with the grandkids was the best. My oldest granddaughter's 4 now. God, it'll make me feel old. I remember when she was born. Those days have come and gone, though. She's walking, talking, very sassy, very fun to be around, very intelligent. In fact, I'll tell the story. I took her to the Lego store, and I got her this, I think it was $25. I can't remember exactly, but it was a $20 thing, a Mickey Mouse RV with a camper. And when we got back to great-grandma's house, I offered to help my granddaughter put it together. And she says, "No, Grandpa, I know how to do it." And I was like, okay. Sure enough, man, she busted out the instructions, that little 4-year-old, and she put that together all by herself. It lasted for about an hour after she built it, and then she decided to wreck it because she wanted to build something else out of it. So there you go. But that was a lot of fun, because seeing her and her development, because she lived with me when she was born. She lived with me, and with me and my wife. So I got to know her pretty well first 10 months, and then she's lived with me twice since. So it's just really cool to be able to kind of jump forward in time a little bit in between visits, and get to see how she developed, and she's turning out to be a very bright individual. So really like being around her. And then my other granddaughter, she is only 7 months, so not a whole lot she can do besides smile, and she does a lot of that too. Just to let you know, she does do a lot of smiling, and it's cute. She really enjoyed being held by Grandpa, and I held her quite a bit, teased her a little bit, and tickled her, and she laughed, and like normal kids, she farted too. That's just kids. Fun stuff though. I really did enjoy my trip, and I gotta pay attention here because I'm about ready to mess this up. Anyway, that part of the trip was good. Got to Mrs. Chip's parents own 7.5 acres, and so I was able to walk the property, sometimes by myself, sometimes with Mrs. Chip, in very beautiful country out there. Most of it's wooded, 7.5 acres, and I think only 2.5, 3 are flat grass. The rest is wooded, and so you see a lot of things out there, like wild turkeys. Yeah, actual wild turkeys, not the drink. and I think we saw a group of 4 of them. I think it was 3 or 4 out there. It's pretty cool. Not too often you see that, especially in the middle of a city. And Mayo says, yes, next weekend is the last, and I'll go for 8 hours plus 2-hour after party, 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. Saturday Mountain. Okay, all right. So I'll tell you what. Let me grab my phone right now, Mayo. I'm gonna get off screen, and I'm gonna put a reminder because I will be there Friday starting at 7, and I will make sure that I have some of my Paradiso sets out. Hopefully I can find the Sand Dollar Cafe since that's my favorite. But I also, like I said, I have all of them. I got the horse stable one. I've got the pool house. And what's the one with the beach with the changing rooms in it? I can't remember. Anyway, I've got them. I just got to find them. So let me grab my phone and put that reminder in there. All right, Mayo, it's in my phone. I know you don't have the link now, but when you get the link, please send it through Instagram, and I'd be more than happy to chop it up with you for a little bit and tell some lame jokes and, you know, just be my normal self. So. Oh, see, there you go if you're not paying attention. All right, now let's put this on there. Okay. Okay, so how does this go in there? Oh, I see. Okay, wait a minute. That ain't right. All right. I mean, this is pretty cool how they did all this. Had a great time visiting with our little family. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, I don't get to see the grandkids or Mrs. Chip very often. In fact, sometimes it's once a year. So anyway, and sometimes not even that. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, it was very nice and kind of unexpected because I wasn't really planning on going, and then kind of things just opened up and opportunity presented itself, and there you go. Okay, now I need to flip this guy around. And I think I need to rename my dog because since I've been home, I need to rename him Velcro. Because that's what he's been ever since I've been home. He's been a Velcro dog. Anyway, what kind of weather is it over there? Oh, it's supposed to snow today, and I went outside earlier because I had to grab the tripod out of the shop, and sure enough, man, it is cold out there. And I would say a different term that I usually use when it's cold, but it ain't appropriate for YouTube, so I'm just gonna have to leave it right there. And kind of sometimes I don't like that about YouTube because I can't truly be myself on here sometimes because my sense of humor get me in trouble. So anyway, it is what it is, man. So let's put this guy on there. Okay, and then But no, I'm really excited about this build. This is easily one of my more favorite builds that I've done recently. I mean, doing the Porsche 911 was cool because I like the Porsche 911, but it's not as cool as this. If this is mid-Saturday morning for you, it's just after midnight on Sunday for me. If you're looking for a marketing guru and a live stream partner before I go to bed, we can figure. Yeah, and we can. I will figure out the time zone stuff because I usually stream starting at 5 my time. I don't know what time that is. It's probably the next day in the morning for you, and I know you've got university, but. Yeah, we need to figure that out. I am willing to adjust my time some because I know that I kind of do it early for the States. And I mostly do that because I'm an early guy. I mean, I get up at, I get up at 4 o'clock because I work at 4:30 in the morning. But that might be changing here soon because I am looking for another job. And if I get another job, then I probably will do it later because doing it at 5 my time, I know I leave a lot of the audience in the U.S. out just by doing that. And if I did it even an hour or 2 later would work probably better. But yeah, I don't know about that yet. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yes, we definitely need to coordinate. That is for sure. And I did lay out the pieces for the first bag, but that's it. After that, I didn't have the time. So, videos. You'll see a video this morning. Wasn't very long, about a minute long. I started shooting the other video yesterday, so it'll be out tomorrow. And the video that I did is of a 50s diner. I built a 50s diner back in 2014. And I put it on Twitter back then, so I do have receipts that I built it that long ago. And the 50s diner is, if you've ever been to a Johnny Rockets in the States, it's much like a Johnny Rockets. And anyway, over those years, Lego has come out with new colors and new pieces, and so, hey, you know what? I decided that it was time for me to revamp it because of the new pieces. I could do things I couldn't do before. So I have almost completely rebuilt it. All I have is like the landscaping and the tables outside, and once I am done with that, that build is done. Okay, I don't understand what this is supposed to do. Okay, hopefully there's more to it later. All right. Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay. Oh, okay, it locks it into place. Okay, that's cool. All right. Now we got some greenery to do. I kind of like this tree right here. It is kind of weird because I've never seen a black trunk on a tree. But hey, you know what? That's Lego's idea, not mine. So it's all good. And I feel like I got another joke coming on. So let me grab my list over here. Oh shoot, come on. Oh, okay. Okay, well if that's the case, then I won't worry about the Saturday one. Well, Sunday for you. But yes, that would work. We could do that. Okay, well, okay, I guess they have this theme about light bulbs now, because how many do-it-yourself buffs does it take to change a light bulb? The answer is 1, but it takes 2 weeks and 4 trips to the hardware store. Okay, I read ahead, and I'm going to throw this one in there because this, I don't think this is a dad joke. This is funny. How many paranoids does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer is, who wants to know? So, all right. Sorry, that was kind of dumb, but I love it. I'm going to remember that one, tell that at work. If you haven't noticed, I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but I'll tell you what, in the States, going to work is kind of difficult because you want to be funny, but you only want to be funny enough that you make people laugh, but not so funny you want to get your butt hauled off to HR and you're fired. So that's definitely one that I could say that joke in the safe zone and not have to worry about getting hauled off to HR. Unless somebody wants to claim that I'm making fun of the mentally disturbed, which I'm not. It's just funny. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to show them that I wear a tinfoil hat and they'll be okay with it. I really don't wear a tinfoil hat. But, yeah. Yeah, so, Mayo, I will, I'm going to finish my diner today. But after I'm done with my diner, I will take a look at some of the totes that I have out there and try to see if I can't locate my Paradisa sets. Because I'll build a couple of them. In fact, I'd be tickled pink if I could do all of them, to be honest. Because I just don't have time to do it. And if I'm sitting down and chatting with friends and stuff, it makes it real easy. And it makes it fun. So I would actually really like to do something like that. Get it done. We'll call you Captain Tinfoil. Okay. I'll wear that proudly. I mean the name, not the hat. The name. Of course. Okay. For those of you who don't know, at one time in my life I was ultra religious. I'm really not anymore. In fact, not anymore is an understatement. I'm not at all. But at one time, I grew up in a Mormon family, and so for those who are Mormon, they'll understand this joke. For those of you who are not, sorry, but maybe you will if you do know some Mormons. And the joke goes, how many Mormons does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer is 5. Because one that changes the light bulb, one to say the opening prayer, one to say the closing prayer, and 2 to make refreshments. And yes, if you haven't guessed, at every Mormon thing there is an opening prayer, a closing prayer. I don't even care if it's a helping somebody move. They got to pray about it. And yes, there's always food involved. So yeah, that's it's a stupid joke, but if you know the culture, you know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. I'm not really. When I say not really, again, that's an understatement. I don't have anything to do with that anymore. So, anyway, all right, let's get some more of this done. And I'm going to throw another joke on there, and that is, oh, jeez. Okay, I was addicted to the hokey pokey, but then I turned myself around. Okay. Which is actually kind of funny because I'm close to Pocatello, Idaho. Not that close, about an hour. And Pocatello, they call it pokey. So when they say the hokey pokey, that's funny. Anyway. And my dad actually lived in Pocatello there for a while. And so did Mrs. Chip, actually. Kind of have a family vibe going there. My grandmother lived there up until her death, but she passed away. God, I was living in Maryland, so that was anywhere from 2011 to 13, because that's when I lived in Maryland. But anyway, oh boy, that's not really working out. And let's see, silly jokes. Yes, what do you plan on doing the rest of your Saturday? Mostly the diner. The diner is going to be my #1 priority. And if and when I get through the diner, I'm going to go ahead and look for those Paradisa sets. And then I need to get with Leanne. Leanne is our coordinator for our lug group, which, by the way, I'll say more about the lug group later. And there's been some miscommunication about how much space I have at the show. And I'm thinking, because I looked at the thing last night, and if I'm reading it right, they gave me way more space than what I could fill. So, well, I could fill if I had more time, but I don't have time. So I need to get with her and make sure what exactly I'm required to do for the show. And once that is determined, that will be determining a lot of what I'm going to be doing after that. And Leanne is one of the best coordinators I've ever seen. Leanne is very organized. Leanne is funny. On a personal level, she's a funny gal. She likes to joke around a lot. Anyway, and her husband Jonathan is awesome too. He shows up to all the shows to support her. I really do appreciate that. I love seeing that kind of stuff going on. So anyway, let me tell you about my lug. So if you don't know what a lug is, it stands for Lego User Group. Before this, I lived in northern Utah, and I lived in a city called Layton. And in Layton, there was a group called NUTLUG, which stands for Northern Utah Lego User Group. And fitting that it is NUTLUG, and also fitting that I would join such an organization. And our lug is very active. It's active than most lugs, because I know some lugs that don't do any shows, and then I know some lugs that only do one show a year. Oh, not us. We do one almost every single month. And I know that my lug appreciates the fact that I have my shop, because all of our tables are stored in there. But that's what I like about our lug. Like, everybody in this lug participates. And because of that, no one person is overwhelmed with anything. And I've never seen a group like that. Usually when I see a group, it's the same couple people that do pretty much everything. And this group is just not like that. We've got a solid core of people. And it's awesome. You know, just the last show we did in Idaho Falls was just 2 weekends ago. And it was an absolutely awesome show. Great turnout. Oh my goodness. Now, these shows, I've been to many shows now. I've been to probably about 24 shows. And what I find is that you have these little lulls where, it's first thing in the morning, not many people show up because they're asleep, or here's a figure that's done here. Or, Sunday afternoon, people were in church. You usually have these lulls, right? No, in Idaho Falls, from the minute they opened those doors to the minute they closed them, we had nonstop people coming through that door. It was packed. It was a great venue. The people that planned it, and that was not our group that planned this one, but the group that planned that one did just a bang out job picking a great location and great parking. There was a farmer's market outside, and so I got to buy some fresh fruit, and I ate it while I was at the thing there. So, I just really liked it. It was a great venue, just great. And, it was right along the river, so at lunchtime, that was another thing I did, was I met up with my aunt who lives in Idaho Falls, and we walked the river, had lunch, had a great time. I hadn't seen her in, I don't even know how many years it was. She still looks the same. She just got a little bit of white hair now. And Aunt Mickey, if you're watching, yeah, I just said that. She'll take it just fine. She's quite the character. Of course, if you're a part of my family, being a character is required. So, and you are right, Shauna. Nut Lug and Lug are names right up your alley. They really are. And let's see. Mayo says, that's what I always tell people. Live building is better than when you have other people who can talk and engage with, chat, so you don't have to worry about feeling dead air. It is. And not only that, I don't like building Legos by myself too much. I mean, it's fun and it's relaxing, but sometimes my mind just starts wandering, and it wanders into places that I'm not quite sure a mind should go. Just being honest, I don't know about you. That's just me. So I do like the company. It is nice. And the only problem is I don't have many outlets out in that shop where most of my Legos are at. And so I can't charge my phone while I'm out there. So I've come in the house at the end of the day with my phone at like 5%, because I've been on the phone or watching videos or what, just whatever. Use my phone for entertainment, whether it's talking to people or watching videos or whatever. So that happens, and that's after I've already come in and charged it at least once. So yeah, I'm on my phone a lot because of that. But I do try to keep things alive out there, and whether I'm by myself or with other people on the phone. And that's part of the reason I'm doing all these different builds, is that honestly my whole entire life, and this is not a sob story, this is just me telling you how it is for me. My whole entire life, I grew up with a family of 5 kids, and my dad was in the Navy, so there wasn't a whole lot of pay there, so we were broke. And I admit, my mom, up until middle school, I used to let my mom make some of my clothes. Well, she would, whether I wanted her to or not, because we didn't have the money. And growing up, I got a paper out when I was 9, and so my parents, they would buy me a certain amount of clothes, and then if I wanted anything more, I had to buy it because I had a job. And then I got a second paper out at the age of 11, and of course I saved some of that money, and then some of it I bought Legos. A lot of it I bought Legos. But a paper out only pays so much, so it's not a whole lot of Lego buying you can do with it, but you can, and I did. And as things just gotten better in my life, financially, it's opened the doors for being able to do bigger builds that I've always wanted to do but could never do. And so now that I'm in that stage where, I'm not like super well off, but I'm comfortable, I'll say that. And because I'm comfortable, it opens the door for things that I never thought I'd be able to do. Like Mayo, he watched all of my city stuff and my city mock stuff, and that's something that I've wanted to do for years. And I actually started that back in 2011, but I didn't get very far because I ran out of pieces and the money just wasn't there. But then again, I had 4 kids at home at the time. And when you've got 4 kids, even if both of you are working, you're still going to be short money. In fact, I don't remember his name, but he used to have a radio show, and I used to watch him. He was a financial advisor. And his saying was, you either have money or you have kids. Well, I had 4 kids, so you know what I didn't have. But as the kids grew up and moved out, more money has become available here and there. And now, it's there's no kids at home. So things are different. And plus, I learned some skills so I could get a better job. And so that helps too. So now I'm in a position, like I said, where I'm able to do more of my own custom builds, and those are my favorites. And that's why I like the 50s Diner. That's why I like the Grand Lion Hotel. That's why I'm doing all these kind of builds, because I can. And I admit too, having the Bricklink store helps out tremendously, because I actually buy sets with looking at it and saying, okay, out of this set, I'm going to take these pieces out, and I'm not going to list them. They're mine, and they're for my mock building. And so that helps because I get it at a discounted rate. So again, things have kind of changed for me. But like I said, I would only say I'm comfortable. I wouldn't say I'm more than that. But yeah, that's why I'm doing all this stuff, and I've got a lot of great builds in my mind. I don't think I'll ever be able to finish all of the builds I have in my mind. And some of the builds I wouldn't be able to put on YouTube. Just kidding. I don't go there with Legos. All right, I am going to mention this. There is a Facebook group about adult Legoing, and a friend of mine showed it to me, and well, all I can say is if you go looking down that road, you're going to see some things that can't be unseen. So if you're not into that kind of stuff, or you got a weak heart, stay away from it. But anyway, I got off. I'm sorry, I got off on that. I'm gonna move on. But yeah, lots of ideas in my head, and doing this collaboration with my lug has been awesome. There's several of us participating in the city build, and Leanne's got a big chunk of it, and I am helping Leanne out by providing some of my under the sea sets, because she has a harbor on one level, and then below it it's going to be what do you call it, under the sea shipwrecks, coral, and then I have, if you guys remember the Aqua Raiders series of Legos, I have all of them, and I have found all of my sets except for one of them, and that's a lie. Actually, I found the set, but it says bags. It says it should have 4 bags, and I only can find 3. So I'm kind of in trouble there, but I do have the rest of it out, and the rest of it's going strong, and it's built, and she's going to borrow it, and it's going to be under the city, I should say. So I like these collaborations, and Jim is he's got a couple buildings on this too. He's building an animal hospital. He's building a Asian restaurant. I'm trying to remember. Oh, an Asian themed park. Of course, if you've ever been to or seen pictures of our lug and our displays, you would know that Jim is really into the Asian theme. Excuse me. He has an Asian harbor. He's got like those dragons they have at the New Year's. He's got a lot of Lego stuff. So anyway. Oh, wow, Steve, that's awesome, man. Steve says he has a bunch of the Aqua Raiders sets, several are still sealed. Man, you know what? I mean, look, I know a lot of people collect, and they collect not to ever resell. But and I'm not saying you should at all. Actually, I would hold on to them if I were you. But it is really awesome to know sometimes the value of these things. Not that I'd ever sell them. I mean, like back when before they re-released the Millennium Falcon for the second time, the Ultimate Collector Series, the one I had was going for 12 grand on Amazon, even though it was used. Now that price has fallen quite a bit, and that's because they did re-release it. And when they do that, the supply kind of blossoms, and then it's not worth as much, which is fine because I don't collect them to resell. In fact, I have only in my whole entire life ever resold one set, and the reason I did that is because I was out of a job at the time, and well, I kind of needed food on the table more than I needed the plastic, and so. But that's the only time I've ever resold any of my sets. It's just not something I like doing. But Steve, how's your city going, man? I know last time you were on here, you were talking about that, and I can't remember. I do apologize. I can't remember what stage you're at with your city. I think you were saying something about tables, but I could be way off. I probably am. I'm always way off, anyways, right? But yeah, I'd like to know how that's going. They will be open eventually. I don't purchase sets to collect as a rule, and I don't either. It's to me, it's all about the building experience and fun that goes with it. So I definitely think we're on the same page there with that. And yeah, like I said, the only time I ever sold was because literally I had 4 kids at home. I lost my job, and I was able to resell that set for like $700, which back then that went a long way towards grocery. I do miss the set, and I do wish that I do hope one of these days I can pick it back up. But anyway, well, that's neither here nor there. That's a pipe dream. But one of these days, we'll find out if I get there. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we're building a little tower here, which is awesome. All right, I feel like it's another joke, so let's go with it. Well, I think I've told this joke before, but it's on there. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one's dumb. This is definitely a dad joke. Today my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" I burst into tears. He's 11 years old and he still doesn't know my name is Brian. Yeah, that's one word. Bookmark, not two words. Can I have a bookmark? Anyway, and I heard a really bad joke. I went and got my flu shot this week. It's required for my job, not because I like it. But anyway, I got my flu shot, and when I was there was a guy flirting with the girl behind the counter, which, I mean, I'll admit, I think it's kind of funny because the guy was he looked like he was like 15 years older than the girl. But he's still flirting with her, and she was cute, which I'm trying to say in a nice way. She was way out of his league. But yeah, okay, all right. You never know unless you shoot your shot, they say, right? And he did. He was there trying to, pick up on her, and he was telling her jokes. And he told a lawyer joke. And the joke was, what happens when a lawyer... Do you know what happens when a lawyer takes a Viagra pill? And the answer is they get a little taller. And for reasons that you will know if you watch my channel, I can't explain that one any further. So either you get it or you don't get it. Let's see. The study is progressing. I have next week off and we'll continue. Oh, that is awesome, man. Are you on Instagram, Steve? Or if you're not on Instagram, you can. I'm on Facebook. I have a page called the Chip Off the Old Block Toys, and if you're interested, well, I'm interested, but depending on your comfort level, I would love to see pictures of the progress. I won't share them with anybody if you don't want me to, but I would just like to see it. I love city building. I think it's absolutely awesome. And so if you're comfortable, drop it to me on Instagram. My name is also Chip Off the Old Block there. Or, like I said, I have a business page on Facebook at Chip Off the Old Block. So, it's Chip Off the Old Block Toys. Sorry. Just the Chip Off the Old Block is my handle on Bricklink because they didn't allow me enough characters to put toys on the end of it. So, ow, ouch! I just did that. That hurt, actually. Catching the corners of those things is no fun. Well, I saw this really cool idea. It was on Pinterest, which I don't know if you guys know. If you're not a member of Pinterest and you like Lego ideas, check it out. Put in just start looking for Legos, and then of course it'll come up in your feed all over the place. And so every time I open Pinterest, there's like just tons and tons of Lego ideas. And I can't save them all because I don't have time, but I do save the ones I really like. And I saw this guy with a train bridge because he had a layout where the train went all the way around a city. And he wanted to be able to get on the inside of his layout because he has like a little cutout. And in that, he has these double train bridge. Okay, yeah, I did it again. But he built it in such a way that they're removable. And he showed pictures of it. And then he had a link to YouTube where he has a video where he actually shows you. He doesn't really show you exactly how he did it, but he does give you. He gives you enough that you could do it yourself. And that I want to do. Okay, well that's cool, Steve. All right, well, yeah, well, I'd love to see it, but totally get it. And to be honest with you, Steve, I don't have a personal Instagram. I only have a business. I don't care for Instagram, and sorry, younger folks, but I think TikTok is absolutely insane. when people are challenging each other to cook chicken and NyQuil, which, by the way, don't do, and challenging each other to eat Tide Pods and stuff, I don't think I need to be a part of that world. So yeah, I only have it for business, and I only post Lego. I don't care for anything that's on there, to be honest. And I don't like Instagram either, because it just seems like there's a bunch of just crap on there, and a bunch of Instagram models, and it's like, whatever. So Steve, sounds like we're kind of on the same page there, that you don't tend to like that. You don't like social media, and I really don't either. And honestly, my goal to this, having this channel, if I ever do get paid, that's fine. But if I don't, that's fine too. Because to me, my thing about this channel is just enjoying the hobby of Legos, which is why you'll notice that I don't do these crazy things. Like, I've known people that, well, if I get to so many subscribers, I'm gonna wear a dress during a live stream, or I'm gonna eat a sandwich that I don't know what it is and gag on it. That's why I don't do stupid things like that. I'm not here to promote silliness. I'm just here to promote the actual hobby itself. And I hope I do. I hope I do promote the hobby by showing people that the cool things you can build with it. Not saying that I build cool things, because this is not my set, but I do try to build some cool things. And I lost it. Shoot. Let me see if I can get it without falling. There it goes. And I'm going to take this off, because this is actually in the way. Alright, I'm going to put it back on. And thanks, Mrs. Chip. She says the castle looks really good. I do appreciate that. And I'm having some sort of problem here, because I see that I'm supposed to have a flag, but I don't see it. And, well, it could be over there with the other minifigures. So when I'm done putting this up, I'm going to go look. I'm going to disappear from camera just a second to see if I can find the other flag. That's important to me. Okay, it was with the other minifigures, thank goodness. So let's go ahead and get this going. Alright, so what we have here is this flag with a lion on it. And let me make sure you guys can see it. There you go. Alright. We got a couple trees here to place down, and once we're done with the trees, we have one bag left, and it is done. And I imagine it's going to be stuff around the castle, because at this point, there really isn't a whole lot more. Okay, wait a minute. This makes no sense. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. Alright, I'm going to set this aside. Oh. Like always, Lego heads are going to roll, and they certainly are. So, this is no exception. So, while I was away, I did pick up some Lego sets, and I owe you guys a Lego haul video. Most of them are smaller because I had to fit them in my luggage. Although Mrs. Chip is going to be mailing me a medium flat rate box here in the next couple days. Because I went to the Pick-a-Brick wall while I was at the Lego store and picked up some stuff for me. I'm really not, I really hate to say this because I know it's going to disappoint some people, but I'm really not interested in keeping my Bricklink store going much longer. It's just the time commitment to it is excessive, and yeah, I just don't want to do it anymore. So I'm not going to have a huge sell down though, because I could use those pieces for my own stuff. So basically what my plan is I'm just going to continue to sell on Bricklink. I do have about 50 sets I need to, actually no, it's closer to 60, that I need to part out and put on Bricklink, and some of those pieces will be held aside even before I list them for my own purposes, but I'm going to sell it down to a point where I feel it's good, and then I'm just going to yank the chain on it, close the store, and then I'm going to go ahead and use those pieces in my own personal collection. So there won't be, I might have a small sale, you know, because if there's some pieces I don't want absolutely, but I can't see that really happening with too many pieces, because honestly there's not a whole lot about Legos I don't like and I don't want, and I cannot find a piece, so I'm going to steal it from the extra part bin over here. But yeah, if you've ever ran a Bricklink store, you'd know how much time it really takes, and it's just overwhelming to the point that I'm not having fun doing it anymore because of the time commitments and the fact that, I will be honest, I find it very frustrating to be on Bricklink, because other sellers out there, it's a race to zero, because a new part will come out, there's not that many of them, so that it'll be valuable, and at first it will be valuable for a very short time, and then the next person comes along and says, well, I want to sell mine faster than the other guy, so I'm going to list it just a little below him. And then comes the next guy, oh, just a little below him, a little below him. Before you know it, the piece is like selling for mere like 2 or 3 cents, and I'm not kidding you. And so it's not sustainable. And the thing that bothers me about Bricklink too is the people that do this. I have tracked a few of the stores that I see lowballing. They end up going out of business, because you have to have a certain priced floor, or else you're not sustainable, you're not making enough money. But they don't get that, and they just look at, oh, I want to sell it the fastest, and then they go out of business. But meanwhile, those who are serious about selling have a really tough time. I have gotten to the point where it's still a challenge for me, but not as much, and the reason why is I've been established for many years now, but I still get people that, because my prices are a little bit higher in some cases, they'll give me attitude about the shipping. Well, I don't make money off the shipping. I literally don't. I charge whatever the post office charges. So I'm only making money off the pieces, and sometimes I really don't make that much. So it gets kind of frustrating, because people have expectations that I cannot fulfill, and I've had people that I know are dishonest with me. For instance, when I ship somebody 100 of a piece, and my inventory says I should have 6 left, and then they get their order and they say, oh, well, I didn't get these 100 pieces. That's easy. I go to the drawer and I count. If I got 6 left, I shipped it. Because the way I do it, there's no way for me to mix orders. And if I had 106 left, well, I would know. Guess what? You're right. I did mess up. Let me send that to you. But that doesn't happen very often. I don't make mistakes like that very often, because I've over time have got a pretty good process down with my orders. And like I said, I only process 1 order at a time, so I can't mix it and accidentally send it to somebody else. I seal them in between so they can't fall out once I count them. And I'm sorry, here's the horse, and then I don't think I showed you the other minifigures. I think I was so busy talking. So let's show you those. So there's just no way. And I've also had people where, hey John, how's it going? A new dating sites for all tastes. Will somebody please delete that? I do not want to see that stuff on there. I've got kids that watch my YouTube, and they don't need to be seeing that trash. Because I'll bet you anything, if you click on it, it's going to be something nobody wants. Well, some people will want to see, but not little kids, and their parents certainly won't want them to see it either. So I'd appreciate if someone could remove that. Actually, I got it. I just took care of it. I'll take care of the other one too. All right. Sounds good. In fact, I think I can block them. Put user in a timeout. Yep, I will. Okay. Okay. Yep, I timed him out, so he can't be in the stream. All right. Oh, okay. I thought you had already done that, John. So cool. Yeah. So John, I'll let you tell the story about what happened to your computer. But for those of you who don't know, John and I have been friends for, God, I don't even know how many years now. I met John while I was in Germany, and I lived in Germany from 2008 to 2011. And so John and I have been friends that long. And John is a really wonderful friend to have. And I can say the same about Shauna as well. I met Shauna also when I was in Germany. And Shauna and I have remained friends. And there has been some tragic things that have happened in both of our lives. And we've remained friends and support each other during those times. So good friends to have. And Greg, he's not here because he's working, but Greg's another close friend of mine that actually I only met since doing YouTube. But I've gotten to know Greg very well, and I think Greg's an outstanding person. He's got morals, got standards, honest guy, funny. He likes to send me memes throughout the day, and I love receiving those. So, well, actually, John, she was on here earlier. I don't know if Shauna's still on here. She joined the stream today. So, but that's one thing I really have to say. You can't undervalue good friends. And, you know, like, you know, Steve, he's kind of new to the channel, but not really, because he's been coming for, I'd say probably about 2 months now, if I remember right, but I could not, maybe I'm not. But Steve seems like a good guy. Love hearing about his city updates and that kind of stuff. And, you know, Mayo, I met him. He's got a channel of his own. Check it out. And Mayo, if you're still here, please feel free to drop a link to your channel or one of your videos. Mayo's a good guy. He's in Australia, the land down under, and he is going to university or college, as we call it here in the States. And just a good guy. Got some great ideas too. If you guys know what the Paradisa sets are, on his channel this month, he is building Paradisa mock. So it means it has the whites and the pinks like the originals did, but it's not the original sets. So, and I enjoyed that. I was on his channel last night, and I watched his live stream for about an hour. I caught the last hour of it. Anyway, good guy. Appreciate his humor as well. Funny guy. So let's see here. And you know, I don't want Mrs. Chip to feel left out, so I will say that I do appreciate Mrs. Chip, because Mrs. Chip is a member of the armed forces, and that is not an easy job, and I do respect and appreciate all of her efforts, and being able to tolerate that for 15 years now. So that's no small accomplishment. So just want people to know that I appreciate what she does as well. Can't really call her a friend because, well, she's been more than that. So you know, just how it is, just keeping it real. Ooh, I did not do this right. Or did I? I did do it right. Anyway, sorry. I have trouble talking, if you can't tell sometimes, and building at the same time. It's difficult. It really is. And that's just because, well, I got a one-track mind, so it's hard for me to think of something else and do something else at the same time. So, Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have Instagram. Oh wait, I'm like way. Oh, I'm like way behind. Let's see. So John says missed it. Oh hi, long time. Miss you. It's very. Oh shoot, this thing's like all over the place. It's very good to have close friends. Hey, if you have Instagram, check out Rue. I post reels. He does, and I think they're cute. She's a cute dog. Oh no! Don't do that. It wants to do something I didn't ask it to. We survived our first hurricane. Yes, Hurricane Ivan. Yeah, I'm glad John came out okay on the other side of that. And Shauna does not have Instagram. And wondering about how rough it was for the hurricane. Yeah, I lost my last beagle through divorce. Yeah. Sorry about that, John. I know we've already talked about it, but kind of rough stuff. Oh, he has Rue. Yeah. Rue's pretty awesome, man. And I've got my little furry friends too. In fact, I might just call him over here in a minute, but I want to get this done first. Because once you call him over, it's kind of hard to get rid of him. Because he likes being the center of attention, in the limelight, as they call it. Good dog, though. I really, really like my dog, Enzo. In fact, I'm not really sure. I'm sure you can get a better dog, but I don't even want to think about that. Him and I, we're buds for life. Wow, they're really going all out on this set, aren't they? Hey Max, I don't know if you guys heard that, but Max wants to be a part of this, I guess. Not really surprised because he wants to be a part of everything. Okay. Oh, that's right. Steve, you're a cat person. I have 3 cats. 2 are outdoor, and they kind of just came with the property. The last owners left them here, which I don't mind. It's cool. They're great mousers. But then I got an indoor cat. Yeah, what is that noise, Max? Oh boy, there might be a mouse in the house because I hear something rustling around in a what do you call that? Big old garbage. The Glad bags. It's empty, but it's on the floor, and that's where he's looking. So, anyway, great mousers. And I really don't mind they left him here. That's their loss, not mine. I like them. And recently named them Tango and Cash. Sorry, I'm giving away my age a little bit there, but yes, buddy. I don't know if you guys hear that, but Max is large and in charge, let me tell you. Okay, so I have this sister-in-law who tends to be a little obnoxious. I don't care that she's vegan, and I'm not against people that are vegan. But she's vegan and she's obnoxious about it, where to the point where she has to tell you all the different ways you're living your life wrong. Not realizing that it's my choice to make, and maybe I think she's living her life wrong, which I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying there's a flip side of that coin is what I'm saying. But anyway, we were talking this last time, and because she was there at my in-laws, and she made the comment to me that my dog looks like he's my comfort animal. And I said, yeah, he is. And then she asked me, or I asked her if she had comfort animals, and she said no. And I said, well, then she asked me if I have any other comfort animals, and that's where the fun began. I said, yeah, I have another comfort animal besides my dog. I have a chicken. And she said, well, how is a chicken a comfort animal? And I said, well, a 4-piece chicken with a large Coke is my comfort animal. Of course, that upset her, but I'm good for that one. I kind of get a certain something out of upsetting her because, like I said, she likes to tell me all the different ways I'm living wrong. So, yeah. But I'm not a vegetarian or anything, but I do eat my fruits and vegetables a lot, actually. If I do not have fresh bananas here and peaches, because I grew up with a peach tree and nectarine tree, I usually have those on hand at all times. And I only go through a 1 pound of hamburger about once a week. In fact, some weeks I don't at all. So I'm not like a vegetarian, but I do go sparingly on the meat. But sometimes the meal just tastes good with a little extra meat in it. Alright, so let's place this. Okay. And we are done with everything on this. So, yes, Steve, you are correct. It is a great movie. In fact, Steve, let me tell you a little piece of trivia here. Do you remember the prison break in that movie? The prison with the old white walls, well, they weren't that white. They were kind of off-white. And all that growth around there. I actually know where that happened. My in-laws live in Cincinnati, and there was an old prison that was built during the Civil War. And in that prison was where they filmed that scene. Now that prison has since been torn down because some of the prisoners there sued the state, stating the conditions were awful, and they were awful. They didn't even have running water, so they were doing their business in buckets, and this was going on up until the 90s actually. And they tore it down. I think they closed it in the late 80s. I might be wrong on my dates. Late 80s when they closed it, and it existed until the early 2000s, and that's when finally they tore it down and they built a women's prison there instead. But anyway, I know about that movie and where it took place, part of it at least. So, all right. So we have the castle. I don't have all the minifigures here. They're here, there, and everywhere. But here is the castle. I will do a review video on this, and then that'll be it for the castle. And the rest of my videos are going to be out in the shop, and they're going to be these things that have to do with the show. And then I hope after the show that I'll have the money together that I can build, I can finish up the shop enough that I can start building my city. That's the hope. Well, thank you for being here, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment below. Turn on all notifications. That way you know when a new video comes out. All right, guys, be good to each other. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.